Welcome. In this video, I'll talk about function arguments in details with examples. Let's start. You can call a function by using the following types of formal arguments: required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. Let's see the required arguments. Required arguments are the arguments passed to a function in correct positional order. The number of arguments in the function call should match exactly with the function definition. Let's see this example here. To call the function print name, you definitely need to pass one argument, otherwise it gives a syntax error as follows. If we look here, this function here, print me, which we wrote last video, must take an string. If you want to use this function, if you call this function here, there must be a string here so that it can print this string. But here we do not pass anything to this function. Let's see this error. Type error, print me, our function missing one required positional argument. Required. This is the name of our argument type. str. This function miss this argument str. Let's try this in our Python shell and see it in details. If I define a function here, def print me, which take a string here, this function will print the string and return none. To call the function, I'll type print and I'll give it Ahmed like this. If I save and run, we can see here it prints Ahmed. But if I remove this string here like this and I run, see, nothing happened. Sorry, print me. Type error, print me, missing one required positional argument. Required argument is missing the str, the string. We must give it a string here, Ahmed. It will print Ahmed. Okay. Let's move to another type, keyword arguments. Keyword arguments are related to the function call. When you use keyword arguments in a function call, the caller identifier the arguments by the parameter name. Okay. The keyword arguments in a function call. When we use this keyword arguments in a function call, the caller identifies the arguments by the parameter name. This allows you to skip arguments or place them out of order because the Python interpreter is able to use the keywords provided to match the values with parameters. You can also make keyword call to the print me function in the following ways. Let's see this example here. Here, all what I have to do is just I write, when we call our function, I write str equal to welcome, not welcome only. I'll show you why we must do this. Pass it here, str equal to welcome. Nothing happened, it will print Ahmed. But let's see this another example which give us a full overview about what I want to tell you. Here, this print me takes name and age from you. I said print me this our function here, name, and print me age. This will print name and age and return nothing. If I said here print me, the Python interpreter knows that the first argument is name and the second argument is age. But here, what if I give it the age in the first argument and the name in the second argument? I changed the order of parameters. Here, if I use keyword arguments, interpreter will interpret it correctly like this. Let's try this in our Python shell. Here, if I remove this and type name and age, then we will print name, then we will print age. Okay, and here I give it Ahmed for Mahmoud and I give it 21. If we print here, this will print Mahmoud and 21. The Python interpreter knows that this Mahmoud here is the name and 21 is age. What if I change this order and I type 21, then I type Mahmoud? Let's run this. It prints this. Python treats this as a name and treats this as an age, and this is an error. We must tell interpreter that this is the age. So we will use keyword arguments and write age equal to 21 and the name equal to Mahmoud. If we run here, look, in the same order as before, it will print Mahmoud as the name and 21 as the age. Okay, this is why we should use keyword arguments. The third type of argument is the default argument. A default argument is an argument that assumes a default value if value is not provided in the function call for the arguments. Let's see this example here. The following example gives an idea on default arguments. It prints default age if it is not passed. Here, this function takes name and age from us. I give age a default value. I said age equal to 35. Here, if I give name equal to Ahmed and age equal to 20, this will print Ahmed and 20. But if I give it name only, it will print the default value here, age 35. Okay, let's try this, our Python shell. Here, if I said age equal to 21 and this is 22, if I excuse this will print Mahmoud and 22. Here, if I give it an argument with age, it won't use this age here, the default value of this age. But what if I said print me and I give it name equal to Amal? I run, we can see here Mahmoud with 22 because I give it an age equal to 22, but Amal will take 21 here because the default value of age is 21. This is the default value. Okay. Variable length arguments. You may need to process a function for more arguments than you specified while defining the function. Those arguments are called variable length arguments and are not named in the function definition, unlike required and default arguments. Let's see this example here. If we look at Windows, what if we want to sum? If we look at Windows calculator, what if we want to sum some numbers like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5? The calculator will give you the output. But what if we want to print 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 and so on to 100? The calculator will give you the output. How the sum function in calculator is being created? This function developed using variable length parameters, which we don't know actually the number of variables we will pass to our function. Let's see this example. Here, this print me function will print only all the parameters we will give it these parameters. This will take argument and var tuple, asterisk var tuple. Asterisk var tuple shortcuts for a var tuple will take everything we pass. Then I'll set for var in var tuple. This will print var and will return. Let's try this in our Python shell. Okay, let's move this. Let's move this and argument var tuple. I'll print argument, then I'll make a loop for var in var tuple. We will make a loop for var tuple. We will print this var and we will return. First it print me with value of 10. Let's run. This will print 10. but if IL 10, those values here, I those values, print is those values. How it work? Okay, here let's see this. We call our function print me and we give it those parameters here. Those parameters will be saved in var tuple. Then Python will make a loop for every var in this var tuple, and the interpreter will print this var. So those variables here will be taken to a var tuple. Then we will make a loop into this var tuple and print every value in this var tuple. This is only the variable length parameters. Okay. In the next video, I'll show you what is anonymous function, how we can use it in details. Hope you like this video and see you next one.